Yo, what's good? Let's check out the new episode for Genius Prince. Logo reveal. Now you can follow my socials, and if you want to check out other reactions for this series, you can click this link right up here. It'll take you to that playlist. Shout out to our amazing patrons that are getting access to the full-length reactions of all of the anime I watch seasonally, and if you would like to join in, you can click the link down in the description to become a patron. And if you're interested in more exclusive reactions that won't be cut up for YouTube for quite a while for series much like the ones you see on your screen now, we've got a tier for that. So previously on The Genius Prince, Falania, the little sister of Wein, has been studying a lot like the way that the city works, and it's a very like market-based economy, like trading and merchants and stuff. And they have like this merchant meeting every, I don't know how often, but she's been sitting in on those. She's been getting more accustomed to the city. And when the city is being attacked by an outside force, she actually rallies everyone to work together with this plan. They're basically all going to go out and take refuge from the people that are attacking, because the people that are attacking, they're like, hey, we'll give refuge to anybody that wants it. So everyone in the city goes to seek that refuge, which means the people taking in the refugees won't have the means to actually take care of everyone, because nobody goes into that expecting, oh, the entire city will come out to us and take refuge. They won't have enough supplies for themselves and the refugees. Maybe they won't even have enough for the refugees themselves, like without having supplies for their own forces. Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, Wayne's got some sort of plan here. He shows up behind the people attacking and says like, hey, I think we need to talk. And that's essentially where we are. I think that none of the princes stepped up in this time. It was literally just the Natrans, the princess and prince of Natra. And yeah, man, that's awesome, because that city is going to love anyone that's backed by the Natrans. Guess who's backed by the Natrans? The princess, the princess that wants to become the empress. Yeah. So that's interesting. With all that said, let's actually just jump into the episode. Keep playing them. What is this play he's getting at here? So he is trying to take their supplies. The supplies that they would need to wage war against the city, right? If he takes away their food, then they won't have any, and they won't be able to actually like make an attempt at seizing this the city. Oh, she wants to brains out, bro. That's so weird. Uh-oh. Damn. What is this? The bad weather tomorrow. Dude, he's sneaky, man. He's sneaky. Yeah, I love how this man's name is King Gruyere. This man's a cheese. Ah, that's nice. That's the type of guy he is, though, man. You know, does things for the people he cares about. Oh, he's back home already? Shit moves fast. Bro, they skipped over like most of what was supposed to happen there. What happened at the end of the city? That's what you think. Oh. Okay. Another major trading. And this will be the little redhead lady? Oh, okay. It's not, okay, so she's the daughter of Gruyere. Damn. Damn, dude. You really gonna be able to avoid it? No! How could he avoid it? That's what I meant. There's no way he was gonna be able to avoid it. Uh-oh. Delunio. Let's go. Stop looking. Stop looking, dude. I know he is. Being played. Oh, so this is her, like, going around town stuff? She's gonna wait till the very last minute as he's leaving. Hey, by the way, you should probably get married. It's cool. Kind of reminds me of an Academy Award, though. She's just toying with you, yo. Here it comes, but not really. So what is he trying to say? Like anyone could be of like a venerable bloodline? Vulnerability and royalty, even the most haughty. Okay. So he distances himself so that way the commoners don't become royalty? Yeah, what the fuck does that mean? He just wants to reject. Damn. Damn. Yo, she tried his ass. Ah, she looks up to him too much. Aw. He's a good dude, though. He would always stay allied with her as long as she doesn't betray him. Like, he would never betray them. That's the type of person he is. Oh, okay. So now, yeah, now they're showing that they're very serious. That is what he said. He did say that, hey, when they show up and, you know, with an envoy, that's when you'll know that they're serious. And they showed up with an envoy. Well, I don't know if you want to call it an envoy. Well, I mean, yeah, a representative from the country, the prime minister specifically. Sounds very serious. So they are not messing around anymore. They want the trade to stop. All right, so this episode saw an end to the stuff that was going on with Mealtar's. That is the merchant city. And the resolution was essentially the people of Mealtar's buying the leftover supplies from the Soul Jest people that were attacking, bought their leftover supplies, and essentially claimed to take back their city. And, you know, that was the outward looking thing. But then internally, Wein met with the princess and then the youngest and middle prince, like the smooth talker, the youngest prince, and then the warrior, the middle prince. And they basically pinned everything on Demetrio, which was the eldest prince. So now he's out of the picture. He's not going to be the one that succeeds and takes over the empire. He's out. So now it's a three-man race, and one of them is not a man but a woman, but you know what I mean. Which just means that her chances went up. So she went from quarter to a third, and honestly, she's beloved by a lot of people, low key. Just no one super powerful. And that's the issue there. But it was the Natrins that ended up saving the day in Mealtar's. So if he does end up backing the princess of the empire, then I'm sure Mealtar will side with her because she's backed by the Natrins. Make sense? Anyways, after everything gets fixed and resolved there, he then goes to Marden because Marden is getting a little bit of a pushback from other countries in the West because they're not big on all of this trading and stuff. Essentially, what Wein did was take those supplies being traded from Mealtars and route them through Natra into the West because the West doesn't actually want to take anything from the East. They see the East as barbarians. That's something that Wein explains in this one. So he's basically funneling it through Natra out to everyone. And there's one country in particular that's not a big fan, and they are now pushing back hard. Weren't really pushing back that hard, just sending a letter. But now they're actually pushing back hard. They sent a prime minister, very big deal. They are really pushing back now. So we'll see what ends up going on with that in the next episode. But I think that a big chunk of this was just focused on, you know, our boy Wein explaining things to the queen over there in Marden. Just explaining a lot of different things and how his viewpoint is with some different areas of royal life, interacting with citizens. He explains like, hey, listen, every commoner has a chance to become somebody more, right? They just have to fall into the right circumstances. That's essentially what he explains for like a good 5 minutes. And yeah, it's true. Like anybody that becomes king ends up coming from nothing, you know? You look at it through history, except for people that are like literally, they take the throne over from their parent, you know, except for those people. But anyone that is the first of their name sort of thing, they end up coming from nothing to reach this point. Like, you know, like some Viking kings, they end up doing well to the point where they get put into a higher position. Kings of all places, man. Like it would take me forever to go through all of this, but you know, like I imagine the first king in certain countries, a lot of times it has to do with making good decisions for their village chief, and then raising that up to be an actual city, raising that up to be a kingdom. Other times it is being a battle-tested warrior and fighting for your city that ends up becoming like a kingdom and stuff, and you prove yourself as worthy of being the one that's in charge of the kingdom. Yeah, it's happened through all of history in all types of countries. I don't know why the first one I thought of was Vikings. Like I just think of like the show Vikings, like Ragnar, like he was a farmer and then he becomes the king. That's what I was thinking of. I don't know why that's the first one that came to mind, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, he explains it pretty well. And Wein goes into Marden expecting the queen to tell him that she wants to get married, but she never does because she actually respects him so much. She doesn't see herself as capable of being his queen. She has too much respect for him. She's like, oh no, this guy's like out of my league, which is wild. I love the fact that at the end there, she's like, she jokes and says, yeah, you know, you're not really my type. It's fucked, man. This man Wein instantly was defeated. Kind of funny, man. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Good episode. The one thing that I don't like is how fast things move. I felt like there was more that needed to be explained with Mealtars and all of that. Like they sort of explained things, but then it was like the people take the leftover supplies, take back their country. It's all, we don't actually see them fight to take back their country because it follows up with Wein having the meeting with the princes and the princess. And then right after that meeting, like they decide like, okay, this is what we'll do. He's back at home. So they do skip over things. I just feel like they move really fast, and that's something I've always felt. So it's not like I'm saying something new here that I've never explained before. I've always felt that way about this series. Nonetheless, still a good episode. So from here, I would love to know what you all thought about this one down in the comments below. How are you feeling about Marden, the queen there, and her respect for our boy? How are you feeling about everything being pinned on Demetrio? I'm sure we're all cool with that because honestly, fuck that guy. We don't like him. We don't like them. Yeah, I would just love to hear from you all down in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, then like the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss another one if you're interested in anime themed content, since that's what we make on the channel. And until next time, make sure you all keep it fresh. Peace.